Hey there, everybody. Thanks for joining me for another one-man review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at two issues of John Pham's self-published book, Epoxy. I don't know which two I have because I don't see numbers on them. I know there's more. I'm bummed that I can't get all of them, but they're out of print and super expensive now because they're pretty like couture little self-published items that have complicated binding in them. So I doubt they're getting remade anytime soon either. And also, this piece that shows up in both of them, J and K, has been republished in a collection by Fantagraphics that has some of the same kind of like production binding trickery as these. But I think I think I released a review of this previously. Maybe not because I didn't like it too much. I liked all the production stuff, but the kind of story that ran through it wasn't for me. But I'm really happy to see some of the other stuff in these books. I just don't know what to make of it because, like I said, it seems like an ongoing sci-fi piece, and I don't have all the pieces of it. But anyways, I just really am inspired by what Pham is doing in terms of putting the books together and being willing to take the time to put all these different little pieces tipped in at different sizes. And it doesn't feel handmade, it feels really mechanically precise. So whoever's putting these together, where it's John Pham himself or he's got a binding team or something, they're doing a killer job of it. And that was one of the things that I really liked about the J and K book, is it had some of this type of stuff in it as well. So he takes advantage of all these little pieces to fill up with all kinds of different stuff, little puzzles, postcard, just some design stuff. And then these are all risograph prints as well, so it has that beautiful tactility of the risograph that I like. And you can see here is some of his sci-fi stuff, and I'm enjoying this quite a bit better than the J&K. It's just more my speed. Not that J&K is bad, it just wasn't my thing. But beautiful use of color and risograph techniques all throughout. And then you can just see like the illustration itself is gorgeous as well. Huge sense of scope and scale. Really nice designs, beautiful color work, and all of that stuff. So that's kind of what's going on in these, in these really awesome illustrations like this, where again using the materiality of the risograph to pull off effects that really work with the production style that's happening here. I think it's all really smart. Some more fun mazes, things like that, and then just these little pieces here that you can cut out if you want to get those other pieces out of it, and then another kind of piece of illustration there. And then this issue you get more of the same. I really like in this one, there's this piece of acetate here that it says has been hand painted on. I forget where I saw that in the book, but it said it was hand painted on, which seems pretty astonishing to me that these would have all been hand painted. But there's some kind of pretty textural, you can feel it, like textural screen print is what it looks like me on there. Maybe some aspect of it's been hand painted, but then that combines with this behind it, just to make a really interesting thing. The one other thing that I would say about these is a lot of these kind of production tricks don't lead to any content for me. They don't add any meaning to the story, but it's just so beautifully done, it doesn't really matter. And to me, it's opening up like, okay, somebody could do a book like this. I know it would be crazy expensive, but someone could do something like this where there were formal mechanics at play that actually contributed to the story. So that's just really inspirational to me. I want so bad to do books that have this kind of stuff in them. But yeah, make them relevant. I don't, like an anthology or something like that would be great, where each artist gets a different trick to play. Again, some more J&K, so I've already read that, so I didn't really reread that in this. And then more of this sci-fi story here, so you can see just some of the really beautiful, delicate line work, and then like this, again, using the materiality of the risograph to create some beautiful, like kind of aurora effects coming down, and then this you get like the eclipse going on here. It's just absolutely gorgeous stuff. I really want to figure out how to prepare artwork for this kind of thing, because I think there's more to be done with that would be fun to explore. Again, these little tip-ins, you get all these little things, ads, mail-ins, you get another piece of the acetate here, and then here you get a piece of autobiography where he's talking about his family living in Camp Pendleton, California, in the Valley as a Vietnamese immigrants. and you get this cool little fold out piece here. So he's like figuring all kinds of different ways to stuff a bunch of different content together and be able to have the content be different sizes, take on different formats, play with different production materials. And that's, like I said, just super inspirational to me. So really enjoy this. Like I said, I don't have enough context to make comment on the content of the sci-fi stuff, but everything else is just really beautiful. And if you want to know my opinion on the J and K, you can go check out the review I posted that I'll link at the end of this video. If you enjoy what we're doing here on the channel and you want to support us, there's two ways to do that. The first is through our Patreon. We have 2 different tiers of engagement there. At the first tier, you get early access to our videos. At the second tier, you get exclusive access to Sean and I's ongoing graphic novel projects. We put previews of those up there, as well as our webcomic experiment, Prawnay Day, which you can vote to help control what happens with the story. We really appreciate that support. Any of the monies that we get from that just go back into helping buy the books that we review, so you're helping us keep going and you're putting money back into other creators' pockets as well. And then if you want to support Living the Line itself, the best thing to do is support what Sean's doing with Living the Line Publishing. So we'll go ahead and take a look at one of his books now.
Like and subscribe and hit the bell, please, so Carson can finish reading his books and let me go home.